Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time. We're back once more for the Hunger Games simulator. Rebooted and remade from the ground up. As you can see, we have a lot of familiar faces here because we're redoing episodes 1 and 2 before we get on to new people. So anyways, let's move on to the introduction. So, in case you've forgotten, let's go over the tributes. We got Luigi's Loogie Boogie, consisting of Luigi, Mr. Bullubs, Waluigi, and as the trio. District 2 is Nuts, Knots, Knots, which contains a squirrel, some kid named Dustin, and Billy Mays. Over in District 3, we have the Bread Hoarders, the bread-obsessed Oprah, Frisk, and Kara. Over in the memes here, District 4, we got Sans, Uganda Knuckles, and Susie Monbavaran. Over on District 4, we get... District 5, we have the Doki Doki Panic, Zeri, Yuri, and Natsuki. District 6, Gods and Fire, Monica, Dr. Golden, and Lance. Over in District 7, we have Ollie Bennett, Henry Sparks, and Gwen Armstrong of the Humans. District 8, Monarchy, Tyranny, and Food, Ashley, Betty, and DDD. Down here in Epic Gamers tier, District 6, not 6, 7, 9, there we go. We have, I'm a Superstar Warrior! King K. Rool, and Dan Salvato, which, fun fact, I have just learned that he used to be in competitive Smash, so props to him. District 10, Parks and Recreation, we got Benson Dunwoody, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and Adam Sandler. District 11, Ig, Lemon Lair, Larry, Iggy, and Lemmy, back to refight it all. And finally, District 12, Spaghetti Time, Lone Freddy, Flower Kitty, and Nicolas Cage. So, everyone's back for another thrilling episode. But here's the real question: will Luigi win it all again, or will somebody else take the cake? Who do you all think will take the cake here? Vote however way you can. Comments or whatever, Discord, I don't know. Just somehow. As the tribute stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Frisk runs away. It's Iggy! No! Why? It hasn't even been 5 seconds! Why are you killing Bill Nye? Iggy, no! He didn't even get Bill Nye didn't even last long the first time he committed suicide. Why you gotta kill him early now, Iggy? Come on! I digress. Bill Nye is our first casualty. Shame. Billy Mays runs, Sayori runs, Susie grabs a shield, Betty runs. Ugandan Knuckles repeatedly stabs Molten Freddy to death with size. So, not only are we having a different timeline here, Bill Nye is dead first, and Molten Freddy is somehow killed with size, even though he is consisting of like 100% wires. And it's a Ugandan Knuckles who kills him. That's just gotta be the biggest punch in the face of all time. Mr. Balls runs away, Waluigi runs away. Oprah is not in a suicide pact this time, so that's good for her. But she does rip a mace out of Dan Salvato's hands, so she definitely has a bit of strength there. Larry runs, Luigi runs, Monica gathers as much food as she can. Ollie runs, Lance breaks Henry's nose for a basket of bread. I feel like it'd be the other way around, but I guess Lance is somehow stronger. Nick Cage grabs a sword, Kara grabs a pair of sais, the Superstar Warrior stays in the Corporcornia for resources, the Squirrel runs, Dee Dee runs, Ashley runs, Lemmy runs, Natsuki finds a bag full of explosives. So Sans, I am scared now. Yuri runs, Gwen runs, Flower Kitty decides to stay at the Cornucopia for resources. Dr. Golden runs away from the Cornucopia, Benson stays as well. Oh no, Dustin has a bag full of explosives. No, don't give that to... K. Rool, can you not live past the damn bloodbath? Jesus! Good lord! King K. Rool died! Wait, hold on. No. I was thinking of deity. King K. Rool! Jesus, okay, He went from being the Mega Chad in the first episode of the original series to dead by suicide. That's just very sad. King K. Rool, why? You had an ample opportunity to just live, but you decided not to. But that's it for the bloodbath. So let's continue on to day 1. Henry, Dr. Golden, Betty, and Oprah raid Adam Sandler's camp while he's hunting. Alright, and I see there's a potential spot here. Sam discovers a river, so does Yuri. Monica runs away from Larry. Lance steals from Benson while he isn't looking. Frisk, Ashley, the Squirrel, and Nick Cage hunt for other tributes. Interesting. Dan makes a slingshot, because he probably was... Maybe he was a villager, I don't know. Gwen practices her archery. Luigi diverts Sayori's attention and runs away, and that sounds like something Luigi would do. Kara fishes. Yeah, the murder child fishes. Dustin, no! No! Dustin, what are you doing? Waluigi's dead! No! And Ollie, Flower Kitty, the Superstar Warrior, and Mr. Ball track down and kill Ugandan Knuckles! Alright, we're already up to a great start. So, Iggy explores the arena. Susie and Billy Mays work together to split up resources. And Lemmy, Natsuki, and Dee Dee hunt for other tributes. What an impactful day! So much death. Let's see how many people died anyway, and let's get to the numbers. 5 people died. Damn, 5 people died in the bloodbath in day 1. On a record low, considering how many people died in the first episode. That counts as the of all men and no females. Bill Nye, Molten Freddy, K. Rool, Waluigi, and Ugandan Knuckles. An interesting predicament here. Already a shift in the timeline. King K. Rool is no longer the Chad. So, let's continue on and see what happens next. Night 1. Nick Cage passes out from exhaustion. Sayori questions her sanity. Ashley looks on to the night sky. Henry loses sight of where he is, despite the fact he has those shades on, which probably wouldn't stand his eyesight, but I guess. Ollie thinks about home. Luigi tends to Lance's wounds. Interesting. Oh, yeah, it was about time. Another suicide pack. First, the Superstar Warrior, Adam, and Larry kill themselves. The suicide pack was coming, but, no. Superstar Warrior, Frisk, Larry, really? Adam, come on. Susie and Natsuki talk about the tribute still alive. Considering they're both in Punch Survivor Zero, I feel like that this would be an interesting... Actually, I like how their icons are looking at each other. That's a good moment. Great, cute. Screenshot it later. Dr. Gold starts fire. Dustin attempts to start fire, but is unsuccessful. You little murder. Car receives clean water from unknown sponsor. Billy Mays goes to sleep. Yuri, Mr. Bobs, and Betty sleep in shifts. That's an interesting trio there. Flower Kitty is unable to start a fire and sleep without warmth. The Squirrel, Oprah, and Dee Dee cheerfully sing songs together. I guess in this alternate timeline, Dee Dee isn't really just looking to kill. He's just making buds along the way. Then K. Rool just stopped that the first time, so I guess this is a change of fate. Iggy thinks about home. Sans, Dan, Monica, and Ben sleep in shifts. Oh. Iggy is the last Koopaling alive! His brother died in a suicide pact, and his other brother, his best brother, just died from Gwen from a tree branch. Let's just let you know, this just don't hate Don't let the PS Short reconcile just go to waste, please. Well, let's continue on to day 2. Why did I say day? Day 2! Dan, Kara, Oprah, Ashley, and Betty hunt for other tributes. Ollie and Iggy set up for other resources. Lance travels to higher ground, probably to look for good advantage points. Benson tries to spear fish but tried it. And Lemmy has been avenged, because Yuri just kills Gwen with a knife. Honestly, this fits more than it should. Dr. Golden scares Susie off, which is interesting. An anthropomorphic hedgehog scaring off a teenage witch. Okay. Luigi receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Dee receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Oh, Dustin is dead. Dustin bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Damn, Dustin. Mr. Wells searches for a water source. Flower Kitty receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Henry, Sans, Billy Mays, Monica, and the Squirrel hunt for other tributes. Sayori tracks down a Sayori is no longer ditzy. She's out for blood. Natsuki is pricked by thorns while picking berries. That's an interesting way to end off. Well, how many people died in this day? Let's go check it out. 8 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Let's mourn the loss of Frisk, the Superstar Warrior, Adam Sandler, Larry, Lemmy, I guess Gwen, Dustin, and Nick Cage. Let's continue on for their sake. Yeah. Night 2. Iggy tries to treat his infection. Oprah starts a fire. The squirrel cries himself to sleep. Wait, it's... Mr. Bullops silently snaps Dan's neck. How in the hell does that work? Does he just use his feet? Does he use his mouth? What the hell did he do? How do you snap a human's neck with no arms? How? Hey, Monica tends to Flower Kitty's wounds. Interesting pairing there. Luigi receives clean water from an sponsor. Kara, Henry, and Benson cheerfully sing songs together? Interesting trio there. Dr. Golden climbs the tree to sleep. Actually receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Oh no, another child with an explosive. Betty and Ollie sleep in shifts. Yuri thinks about winning. Susie and Dee Dee talk about their tributes still alive. Sayori looks at the night sky. Sans, Natsuki, and Lance cheerfully sing songs together. Oh, no! Billy Mays, no! You didn't even get a chance to sell any of your amazing products! You died! No! Curses! Another night down. Let's continue on for his sake. Rest in peace, Billy Mays. It is day 3 in the Hunger Games simulator. Let's see how it happens. Monica runs away from Yuri. What? Okay. It should be the other way around, but okay. Betty, Benson, Lance, Sayori hunt for their tributes. Iggy fishes. Flower Kitty collects fruit from a tree. The squirrel! The squirrel bleeds out to untreated injuries. No! Oh, that's painful. It's painful indeed. Dee Dee makes a slingshot. Oprah sprains her ankle while running away from Dr. Golden. You know what? Actually, this makes sense. This makes sense. Susie receives a hatchet. Ashley picks Natsuki is yet again strangling somebody with some sort of object, and that being Ollie. So Ollie is dead. RIP. Mr. Bullops tends to Luigi's wounds. Okay, that might be your biggest mistake, Bullops. Sanders firewood. Henry questions his sanity. 4 cannon shots are heard in the distance. Dan Salvato, Billy Mays, the squirrel, and Ollie. Such a sad day indeed. Night 3. Iggy, Mr. Bullops, and Benson cheerfully sing songs together. Benson, why are you singing? Dr. Golden destroys Susie's supplies while she's asleep. Dr. Golden, you're evil. Kara, Flower Kitty, Sayori, Sans, and Monica sleep in shifts. Lance receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. I mean, fire is fire. Oprah and Dee Dee work together to drown Natsuki! Oh dear. I guess that's what happens for strangling another girl? I don't understand I don't know what drove Oprah Winfrey and Dee Dee to work together to drown Natsuki. I can't explain that for you. Ashley screams for help. Okay. Yuri cooks her food before putting her fire out. Luigi defeats Betty in a fight but spares her life. Luigi, the noble knight. Henry's questioning his sanity again. Is he going to commit suicide? If that's the case, then just Day 4. Mr. Bulbs tries to spear fish with a trident. Ashley and Yuri work together to try. Oh, and Iggy's gone. All the Kooplings are dead. Ig, Lem, and Lair are all gone, and Henry, what the hell, man? You question your sanity for two sessions in a row, and now you just die for unloading toxic berries. Henry, you are very stupid. Very, very stupid. So Benson overhears Oprah and Dr. Golden talking in the distance, despite the fact that Oprah was running away from Dr. Golden like a few minutes ago. Lance overhears Sari and Kara talking in the distance. I don't like that. I don't think that could end well. Sans chases Flower Kitty. Dee camouflages himself in the bushes. How the hell would that work? He's a big boy. He's a big boy. How is he supposed to camouflage? Susie explores the arena. Monica plays to pick flowers. Luigi receives more water. And Betty discovers cave. Pretty uneventful, honestly. 3 cannon shots are in the distance. Natsuki, Iggy, and Henry. Man. This timeline is all sorts of whack. This might actually change what I even do in episode 2, because I might not keep the same people that I had in episode 2 then, if this is the outcome. But before we move on to Night 4, let's take a look at the standings! For Luigi's Loogie Boogie, we have Luigi and Mr. Bulbs still alive, with Mr. Bulbs with 2 kills. Nuts, Knots, and Knots have all deceased. Dustin is the only person with 1 kill. Shame. The bread-obsessed Oprah and Kara still live for the bread hoarders, with Oprah having 1 kill. Amazing. Mean Tier has lost Uganda Knuckles, and he was the only guy who killed. Doki Doki Panic has lost only Natsuki, and Yuri is in the lead for 2 kills for their team. Out, okay. Gods and Fire are all alive, no kills. The humans are all dead. Ollie and Gwen have 1 kill each. Monarchy, Tyranny, and Food are still alive. Ashley and Dee are tied for 1 kill for their team. Epic Gamers is all deceased. The Superstar Warrior was the only person who murdered. For Parks and Recreation, Benson Dunn Woody is the only person alive. Egg, Lemon, Lair, as I said before, were deceased. Iggy is the only person to kill. And Spaghetti Time is... And somehow Spaghetti Time's only representative left is Flower Kitty. Interesting. Well, that's the stats out of the way. Let's continue on with the games. Night 4. Sierra receives clean water from unknown sponsor. Well, I guess that answers that question. Luigi is not gonna win again. He's died from hypothermia. Interesting. Well, that confirms that this timeline is gonna be the same winner, so rip Luigi. Dee Dee quietly hums, Ashley is woken up by nightmares, Oprah screams for help, and Benson cries himself to sleep. What the hell is going on that's leading these events to occur? Oh, Flower Kitty sits Kara on top of the ball! On fire with a bolt! Did you just see this random-ass cat just throw freaking Molotov at a child? And he just walks away! Oh boy, okay! Interesting timeline here. Mr. Bullock's and Yuri sleeping shifts. Lance, Sans, Dr. Golden, Betty, and Monica also sleeping shifts. And Susie is being an egomaniac with not even involved. Day 5! Betty discovers a river. Dr. Golden is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Sans camouflages herself in the bushes, which kind of makes sense. Mr. Wolf's fishes. Oprah questions her sanity. I guess since she didn't die in the bloodbath, I guess she might be self-aware. Like, I did not die when I was supposed to. The timeline is all out of whack. Benson travels to higher ground. Lance, Monica, and Flower Kitty hunt for other tributes. Yuri receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Didi convinces Sayori not to kill him, but only to kill her instead? Didi! What happened to cheerfully singing songs with people? Now you're on a bloodlust! Now you're gonna deceive and kill people. What is up, Didi? This image is just funny. Susie just fishes. Yes. And Ashley discovers the cave. Well, that's just one way to end it. 3 cannon shots for Luigi, Kara, and Sayori. Rest in peace. And Kara in flaming pieces. Night 5! Monica thinks about winning. Dr. Golden receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Susie dies the exact same way she died the first time. Susie! Why? Betty receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Ashley kills Yuri for her supplies! Okay, Ashley! She is done with Yuri and she just wants some supplies. Okay, you can just use red? Okay, Oprah thinks about winning. Sans receives fresh food from Papyrus, I assume. Didi passes out from exhaustion, probably after just... It's like, hey, I did it! I killed Sayori! Anyways. Benson screams for help. What is going on, Didi? Not Didi. Benson. Lance walks out into the night sky. Mr. Bulbs lets Flower Kitty into his shelter. Maybe Mr. Bulbs remembers the past time because Adam Sandler let Mr. Bulbs in and was like, you know what? Something is convincing me to let this cat sleep with me. And that's what I'm gonna do. Day 6. Dr. Gold and Monica split up to search for resources. Ashley kills Didi for her supplies! Ashley, how much supplies do you need? You killed Yuri for the exact same thing! Why are you killing Didi? Do they have food and you just wasted it all? What are you doing? Benson sprains his ankle while running away from Benson, and Lance cannot handle the circumstances. Why? The Boost! The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the Tributes family. Monica decides not to go. Lance severely slices Betty with a sword! And Sans throws a knife into Flower Kitty's chest! Betty is dead, Flower Kitty's dead. Jesus! The fear goddess and a cat are dead! Man! As she decides not to go to the feast, Didi repeatedly stabs Oprah to death with sighs. The hammer wasn't good enough. He had to do it. He had to get bloody. Miss Benson bashes Mr. Bullock's head against the rock several times. And Dr. Golden decides not to go to the feast. Considering how much death happened, I feel like this was I feel like Monica, Ashley, and Dr. Golden made the smartest moves possible here. 8 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Susie, Yuri, Betty, Flower Kitty, Oprah, Mr. Bobs, Didi, and Lance. Okay, for the looks of it, Night 6 is that part of the sim where nothing really interesting happens, so... Dr. Golden tends to Ashley's wounds, Monica attempts to start fire but is unsuccessful, Benson and Sans huddle for warmth, so we can just skip that. Dr. Golden scares Sans off, Monica and Ashley hunt for other tributes, Benson makes a slingshot, so we can skip that. No one died, so we can skip that. Even more unimportant stuff happens on Night 7. Sans is woken by nightmares, Benson and Monica talk about the tribute still alive, Ashley sings herself to sleep, and Dr. Golden receives medical supplies from anonymous monsters, so we can skip that. Monica searches for firewood. Benson and Dr. Golden Ashley get into a fight. Ashley triumphantly kills them both? Whoa! Okay, Ashley is on a murder spree, and I am scared. And slice fruit from a tree. That's probably some of the most normal things someone could do. Ashley just killed 2 people simultaneously. Yikers. Benson Donwoody, former park manager, stick hockey enthusiast, and... Okay, shut up. You cannot do this again. Night 8. We're at our final 3. Monica, Ashley, and Sans. Monica and Ashley tell stories about some stories about themselves to each other. Sans quietly hums. Monica taints... Ashley is dead! Oh, Ashley's hunger got the best of her. It's just Sans and Monica left. Who's gonna win it all? Yep, Sans and Ashley's dead. Alright. Night 9. It's probably where the last event happens. Let's see. Sans sets an explosive off, killing Monica. And with that, Sans the Skeleton from the Meme Tier District wins the first Reboot Hunger Games episode! Let's take a look at the standings. Let's get Sans in first, Monica, Ashley, Dr. Golden, Benson were the top 5. In terms of most kills, obviously it's Ashley, so... yeah. That's a lot of stuff here. Bill Nye. Man, that's gotta suck. So, I think what I'll do now is... I feel like I'm going to do... Here's what I'm gonna do for the next episode. So, I remember that there are... So I know there are like 3... There were 3 returnees from episode 1. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do most kills, last place, and whoever I decide. And I guess, I mean, for the sake of consistency, I'm going to bring back Dr. Golden. So, Ashley, Dr. Golden, and Bill Nye the Science Guy are all coming back in episode 2. And that just about does it. 9 days, 9 nights, a whole lot of shenanigans, all ending off with a new victor. Safe to say, I definitely enjoyed coming back to this, and if the circumstances are aligned, if the cards are aligned again, might continue this season, might continue this series past episode 2. So, if y'all enjoy this and want to show the support, subscribe, comment, like, do whatever. Show it to your friends, your mom, your dad, your dog, whatever. This is Stamps Plush Entertainment, signing off.